I would say the biggest challenge was dealing with three very, very different personalities. At birth, one was a redhead, one was a brunette, and one was a blonde, and their personalities were just about that different.
I think a big challenge for a dad is not really understanding how girls operate. I would often look at my girls and say, what is going on in there?
Your beauty is all I see.
When I look at my girls growing up into young women, I am so thankful that a priority in their lives has always been their faith life, and they have a very good sense, which I hope will continue to develop, of the fact that God has a special thing for them to do. And we want them to be happy in relationships, we want them to be happy in their career, but we always want them to remember that those things are not the most important things, that they need to value their position in God's eyes and in the life of their family and the life of their church.
I guess for me, a big hope for my daughters is that what they are becoming now, their personalities, their gifts, will be carried forward into relationships where God can use them in a wonderful way.
We were very firm in that we attended church, and it wasn't an option if we didn't feel like it, if we were tired. We went, and I think children benefit by those habits. They see that parents put aside their own desires to set aside time for God.
One of the most important things I think a father needs to remember is that in raising your daughters, you are preparing them for a couple of very important relationships. One is a relationship with God, and we've heard Josh talk a number of times about the relationship between a father and a daughter often finds its way into the relationship between God and that daughter. And so for a father to remember that he is God's representative in building that relationship. And then also the relationship, preparing her for a marriage relationship. And as a father, you are modeling that every day as you deal with your wife, with your spouse. How does that interaction, how does that relationship on an everyday basis model what you hope for your daughter? And it's enormously important.